Hey, morning, folks. It's Brian. We got to play RQG last night, and the party is in a sub cavern with like a pool or a underground river running through it. They'd finished up the rubble runners there and one of the gorps, and they decide, okay, let's go. So they go back up the stairs, and as they do, Juchi notices, hey, there's something up here. So they kind of he goes up to investigate. He and Garf, they go up to investigate, and it's another Gorp, but they're able to make their Dex times 5 rolls to extract themselves from it. And so they come back down the stairs. Hey, there's something up there. Some of these goo things, and it comes down. Now, Gorp generally is very slow, but since this is just coming downstairs, I give it some extra speed. Just woo, as it slithers on down the stairs, runs into Gucci and is it Gorf again? But they both dodged out of the way. They start throwing some disruptions at it. Miriam's got her multi spell up, so she's hitting it with double power um, disruptions. Um, Stakos with his allied spirit are both throwing disruptions at it. A handful of misses, though, and then there were a number of unable to overcome the power of the creature. Um, so it moves further south towards Jarstakos and Miriam, and if you are into live play stuff, live plays in the description. Um, and so it moves to them, but they're watching it, so they're trying to keep out of the way, and they're able to do so. And more disruptions. There's some thoughts of guys firing arrows into it, but they remember the last time they shot arrows into one of these things, they were just kind of fizzled away. So they're able to maneuver around, and then down the bottom, and it's got enough damage to it that they go, okay, this is not helpful. So it starts to leave, and they get a skirt around it and head back up to the main cavern that they were in. Well, I guess a secondary cavern, because they came down from, well, no, it's a cavern. They came down into the cavern from the keep. And so the cavern goes east-west. They came from the west. They decided to go east. There's lots of rubble to the east. So they go really, really slow as they're going through the rubble to the east. And then they go, it turns north. So they go north, and then it turns west and north again. So they kind of come a little bit west, and then they go up north, and there's this long cavern off to the east. So they go that way. They go and down and down and down, and then they come across a pit in the ground. And Aristide tries herself off with a piece of rope, and they lower her down. Because there's something down here, right? So she's kicking around at it, and it's like leftover bits and pieces of some kind of creature that's been mostly eaten. Oh, and there's this 1 foot round hole tunnel down here as well. So they pull her back up, and they start wandering around further east, and there's tunnels. They're narrow enough to get through, but they're a tight squeeze. In fact, with Owlbear, for some reason, we could not get some of the tokens to be actually move through the tunnel. Some did, but some couldn't. It was really bizarre. So I ended up pulling out some generic tokens for some of the characters to get them in the little tunnel they're going through. And they also came across another area that broke away, revealing another one of these tunnels, kind of like a sinkhole kind of thing happening. Okay, in the tunnel, Aristae's up front. She squeezes through, gets to the end, and it goes either way. Miriam's behind her with the lantern, so she gets up close enough that there's light shining either direction, and these two little creatures come scurrying out. And they got 6 legs, a large mouth, they got a slithering tongue that whips out. And these little ones, there's two of them, and they both attack at Illustre. One was successful, overcame her power, and did some kind of um, magical damage to her. So she disengages and moves the other down the other bit of the hallway. People move up, and behind these two little critters is a big critter. Miriam does a two hex jab with her spear and is able to snap the leg off of one of them, and it dies right there. Um, the other little one burrows into the side of the wall. Garf was able to make an attack at it before it got away, but missed. And it burrowed through and came out further down where Illustre was, so it was able to attack her again the next round. And Miriam tries to attack the big one, and was unsuccessful. But she also pulled the Darkness Spirit out of her Matrix and sicked the Darkness Spirit on it. And the Darkness Spirit was successful in its attack, and so the big creature went comatose for we don't know how long. It collapses. And more of these little ones come burrowing out of the side passage that they were moving down through and are attacking Garf and Destapoli, because they're the ones in the hallway there. Juchi was staying in the back, just kind of watch, make sure nothing comes around. There was a discussion about him going around the way, but he's not going to wander off in the dark by himself. Jarstakos is in the middle too. He may have gotten attacked once. But at that point, it was getting pretty late, so that's where we ended the session. Not too bad. More chaos creatures. Happy gaming.